Hello and welcome to jasonnewland.com. My name is Jason Newland and this is Let Me Bore Your Pain Away. So the idea behind this is I just talk and that's it really. Please only listen when you can safely close your eyes. So I've done a few of these over the years. The concept really is I get you to focus on your chronic pain. And if you are listening to this and you need to know the cause of the chronic pain before you listen or watch this video. It's very important, and this is not a replacement for any kind of medical expertise, because I'm not an expert in anything apart from how to make a real mess of where I live. It's messy everywhere. And of course how to look amazing in these weird t-shirts. So I'm going to assume that you know the cause of the physical discomfort. If you don't, please seek help from a medical professional. Really important. If you know the cause, like for example, I've got arthritis in my lower back, I've had tests, so I know what it is. So that would be okay to listen to something like this. But I would also suggest getting advice from your medical practitioner. Can't even say the word practitioner. How am I supposed to do the rest of this recording? It's okay. It's be fine. I'll edit that out. Probably won't. So, fine. Just have a focus of how you feel now. What level would you give it between 1 and 10? 10 being the worst, 1 being, not really bothering you at all. Just notice what it is now. And then at the end, we're going to go back and notice how it's changed. So, it's like you to remember the number that it was before we continue. And just notice how sometimes listening to what could be a pointless conversation can actually bore that physical discomfort away or reduce it. It doesn't have to make sense, which is good because I find most of life doesn't. So this is just another thing that may not makes sense. Although, by the way, the window's open. You may wonder why I'm telling you the window's open. It's because it's not why it's open. I mean, why it's open. It's more why I'm telling you that it's open rather than why it's open. It's open to let air in. I think that's usually why people open windows, unless they want to get through the window. I can't really think of any other reasons to open a window. Either you want to get through it, or you want to let some air in, I suppose. Unless you're passing something through the window to someone else. But in this case, I'd have to have very tall legs because I'm upstairs. Mind you, there have been occasions where I've chucked stuff out into the garden to someone. And I remember my friend downstairs, his dog was doing a poo and he said, "Have you got any poo bags?" So I chuck him a poo bag. I've only got 2 left. I've also got a dog behind me, so I needed to go to the pet shop, to get some more, but I had 1 left. I had 2 left, so I chucked him 1 out. And he got angry. Like, what am I supposed to do with this? Pick the poo up. For some reason that annoyed him even more. It's like, you see how much he does it? because they're little poo bags, and he had a big dog. Like, oh, come on. I mean, anyway, we didn't talk for about 2 days after that. Had a little quarrel, a little, you know, but it's fine. It worked out okay in the end. Not necessarily relevant to this recording. The reason why I've got the window open is because I like the air to come in. In the winter, you know, have to have the heating on. You could argue, well, you wouldn't need it on so high if you didn't have the window open when it's -degrees. That's a good point. It's a valid point. But then it's very stuffy inside with the central heat, and I find it's quite dry. It's a little bit, you know. So I have the window open. I don't have it wide, although it's probably a little bit wider than normal. Sometimes I just have it on the latch. Sometimes it's kind of clicked, so it's probably that wide. Other times it's full length, wide open, full length. But there is a click which you can push down, which opens it even further. I really don't use that. I don't do that very often. Even in the summer, there doesn't seem to be a lot of point, unless the smoke alarm's gone off. The only two reasons would be if the smoke alarm's gone off and it's kind of wafted into all the rooms, so I'll open all the windows and have them as wide as possible. Or sometimes I've opened my vacuum in, and the dust, because it raises the dust, doesn't it? And I'll do that, you know, to let the dust out if I've been tidying up or cleaning or whatever. Dusting off my brain. So I've got a brain, like my own. I keep my brain in a little bucket. I dust it off sometimes. I don't need to use it very often. So that's why the window's open. Not because of me dusting my brain off, but because I like to have that flow of air. It might sound weird, but not as weird as that's weirder. But it's nice to have a bit of flow, you know. I suppose the question, why am I telling you the window's open, is because there might be some sound. That's probably the main thing. There might be some sound. I've got a train track. I don't own it. It's not mine, but you know what though? If you notice that people that are into trains, not just people that like to watch trains or train spotters or people that take photographs on train platforms, but also people that have the miniature trains and have a whole village built, they seem happy, don't they? Have you noticed that? They seem happy, like there was something inside that it's tapping into that well of joy. You know what I mean? It's like, so anyway, you can hear the train sometimes. What I don't understand is the distance is always the same, but the train track's not being moved away further, you know, and forward closer at different times. It's a static railway track. I mean, how would that work anyway? A railway track on wheels. That'd be strange. But sometimes I can hear it a lot clearer than others. Other times. You may say, well, because the window's open, you can hear it better. I don't mean just then. Even when the window's closed, sometimes I can just hear it better than other times. You may be thinking, well, perhaps it's wax. You've got wax in your ears, and perhaps you've cleaned your ears out and now you can hear them better. That's a possibility. But I don't think it's that. So how does how does sound travel? Because I know sound travels, doesn't it? Because I remember when I was at school, we had this teacher. He walked to the other side of the school field, and he was holding these 2 bits of wood. I mean, I didn't know what he was going to do. He was going to play us a song or castrate himself. I really didn't know what he was going to do. But he had these 2 bits of wood that he was like going like that with and clacking them together. And then he walked to the other side of the field. Before he left, he did say to us, click the timer when you see me bash the things together. And the person on the timer said, what? He said, when I bang the bits of wood together, click the timer. And then notice how long it is before you hear the sound. And the person on the clock said, what? So the teacher realised he was just too far away. So he came back, and then he said, he was like probably 200 feet away. And he was never a loudspeaker to start with. I think that's why we all liked him, because he was gentle. He wasn't one of these teachers that was like, rah, rah, rah. I mean, not all teachers go, rah, rah, rah. But I think you know what I mean. Some are a little bit louder, a little bit more, have more of an aggressive style of communication. And he walked to the other side of the field. And I remember thinking, this is nice. We're standing on one side of the field, me and my classmates. It's a nice day. It wasn't raining. It wasn't hot. But it was a nice day though. We felt calm, felt relaxed. One of those days where you could just lie down in the grass, look up at the blue sky, and every muscle in your body would just relax. And it was like, oh, this is heaven. Ooh. You don't have to make that sound, but sometimes, it's nice. That's the kind of sound I make when I'm relaxed. It took a while for the people at the meditation classes I went to realise that I wasn't acting weird. Everyone would be quiet and I'd be like, But yeah, I mean, everyone's different, aren't they? Anyway, so we were standing there watching the teacher walking to the other side of the field, so that it was like from one corner to the other corner. The thing is, there was these nets, tennis nets, that were there one side of the field because it was tennis season. It's summer. I often wonder, tennis is in the summer. Makes sense. Because it's an outside sport, apart from when it's not. So, it's a pleasant experience for the spectators. They're sitting in the crowd. They're relaxed. They're happy. They feel good. Physically, they're feeling calm, and there's kind of a degree of peacefulness. You see that with cricket as well. It's calm. It can be a bit rowdy, people get excited, but it's at the same time there's a calmness where you can see that their bodies are relaxed and their minds are quite peaceful, and all they're doing is just focusing on what's going on now. They're focusing on the game that they're watching or the commentary that they're listening to. And I remember I went to a cricket match. My uncle, it was like a regional team that he was playing on. I think it was a Saturday afternoon. And I'll be honest, I've never had a huge amount of interest in Cricket. I had an event with cricket. We did learn to play it at school, but someone chucked the ball, purposely hit me with the ball, and I chased them around the field with a cricket bat, so I got banned. The teacher was going, "You're supposed to hit the ball away. That's, otherwise it will hit you." I said, "Yeah, but they're meant to aim for the." He said, "You mean wickets?" I said, "Yeah, the wickets. You're supposed to aim for them, not for me." And they said, "Yeah, but you're a little bit annoying though, aren't you?" It's like, this is the teacher. What do you mean telling me I'm annoying? You're annoying. He said, "There you go again. You're just annoying." I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "Well, I've been a teacher for quite a while. And there's not many people that I've met over the years, not many students that I've met over the years, that really wind me up." That was my auntie. She was a teacher there. That was a bit weird. Like, why are you picking on me? She said, "I'm not picking on you. You're just annoying me. Now get out of my garden." So I was at this cricket game. It was so relaxing. And I was going to help out with the lemonade, and was it orange stand? So you give them half of an orange or something during the break. So I was helping out with that. I think each individual team member took turns in having their family help out, and I just happened to be there visiting on that weekend. It was so peaceful. Just the occasional sound of a cricket ball hitting a cricket bat, and you hear, like, someone shout 180, and it's like, oh, it's so nice, so peaceful. It's a goal. Oh yeah. It's a knockout. 1, 2, 3. Oh, they stopped it. Oh my God. It's nice memories, But I don't know why. Why can't more sports be during the summer? I mean, boxing can be all year round because there's so much movement. But most boxing is inside. It's inside a stadium. It's not outside. Well, it can be outside, but it's got kind of inside-ish. A lot of football is outside, even though you're inside, but you're outside as well. It's cold. Have it in the summer. Oh, but it's too hot for the players. What about you? Okay, so you've got at least 7 players in a team. Is it 6 or 7 on either side? 3 or 4? It's more than 3, I think. And you've got the 2 goalies in each one. Is it 2 goalies? With their hockey sticks. And then you've got like maybe 10,000, 20,000 people all shivering. Oh. Just in case you don't know what shivering sounds like. Oh. Just so those few people can not get too hot. Because if they run around in the summer, it's going to be a little bit too hot for them. They might sweat. Get too sweaty. They seem to manage it during the World Cup though, don't they? Which is always in the summer. So that's why I have the window open, so I can have some air coming in. So I've ordered a pizza. So boxing's on tonight. And it's one of my things on a Saturday night. I like to just relax. It's not so much a distraction, but I make quite a few recordings during the week, and I just started doing jiu-jitsu. I don't know what that is, but yeah, jiu-jitsu. I know what jiu-jitsu is, but Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and I'm still aching. I'm still proper aching from that. It's like just, but it's weird though, because it's a nice, relaxing feeling. It's kind of strange, you know. It's almost like the feeling transformed from being unpleasant to just being mildly irritating to not bothering me at all, to just like, okay, cool, just means I've got a body. And it's my own fault for being so damn muscular. Yeah. So I like Saturday night to be my little time to watch the boxing. There's also UFC in the morning, early hours, in America, I think. And that's a really big one. I think there might also be some live boxing early hours, and I think there's some boxing tomorrow as well, on Sunday. I'd have to look that up. You might not be hugely interested, but you can just search it. Although this recording might not go out until tomorrow, because when I finish this, I'm going to watch the boxing. Me. I took Vinny out earlier. Took him to the pet shop, where he calls it the sweet shop. And the lady behind the counter was a bit grumpy. But it was like 3:30, and I said, "Oh, you look like you're just waiting to go home now." And she looked at me blankly. It's a common response that I get. So I'm thinking, oh, and I said, "Is that right?" Because I demanded a response. It was important. And she said, "Yeah, okay." And so I get a couple of treats for him. And I gave it to him and he wouldn't pick it up. And I said, "I suppose you got a treat you can have you." And she got one and put it on the counter. And so she didn't give it to him. What he wants, what Vinny loves, is attention and being spoilt. So when he goes in there, quite often the adult, because she's quite young, the older people make a big fuss of him. Like, "Oh, right." The younger people seem like they don't really want to be there, which is fine. I had a lot of jobs where I didn't want to be. Wait a minute, let me think of a job that I ever had that I wanted to be at. I'll get back to you on that one. The pizza is 11 minutes away. So I don't have a pizza very often, actually. It's because I've gone through a period of losing some weight, and because it's Saturday night though. Saturday night, Chisora is fighting, and it's a big occasion. He's fighting a good fighter, Wallin, and not Wallin. And Wallin's only been beaten by 2 people as far as I know, and that's Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua. So he's a good one, good boxer. So I think it should be good. You know, can you hear him playing? He's biting now into stuff. He did that the other day, and I just spat then. I was doing a recording. It was a deep sleep whisper hypnosis recording. So I'm like, "Hello," and "let go," and blah, 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 blah. You know, I'm making it up as I go along, like I do. And because I'm whispering, you can hear a lot more of the background sounds. And all you're hearing was like him going, "Yum, yum, 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 yum. This is tasty. Yum, 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 yum." Like, At one point, he started singing about cats. It's like, why would he choose that particular moment to suddenly, I don't know, start talking? You know, millions of years of dogs not talking, and he chose that one moment to like let everyone know that dogs can actually talk. It's very annoying. Afterwards, I thought, wow, that was an amazing moment. But at the in the moment that it actually happened, I was just annoyed. I think the relaxation, deep sleep whisper ones. It's one of my oldest recordings that I do. I've been doing them for a long, long time. About 10 years, I'd say. Probably more, maybe 12 years. Maybe even longer than that. I don't have the dates. It's a long time. Maybe 10 years. Maybe longer. Anyway, so I do listen back to some of those recordings, and I find that my mind just slows down. My mind drifts. Even listening to my squeaky voice, I find that there's part of my brain that just switches off. And I just relax. Now some of you might think, well, what do you mean part of your brain that switches off? Hasn't it all just switched off? Otherwise, why are you talking this way? If your brain was active, you'd be making sense. Which is a little bit rude, to be honest. But, I don't know really. I like that feeling of just not caring about how your body feels. It's almost like, just don't care. Yeah. It is what it is. And, oh well. Almost removing that energy, that negative energy that might have been there before, has been snipped. That little tube that was connected to that part of your body, which was sending that negativity in, has been snipped, so it can't go in there anymore. And all it can enter is just feelings of calmness, and maybe a different tube's connected, which is pumping in comfort, relaxation, and that almost that sense of, oh well, never mind. So I quite like that feeling sometimes. It's nice to just feel chilled out, just to not be that bothered by stuff. Take a break, you know? But not in some kind of big, momentous way. Like, I'm now going to relax myself. I'm going to take 10 minutes out of my day. I'm now focusing on my knees. Now I'm focusing on my jaw. I don't mean in a kind of... It's not an epic journey. Just like... it's nice. Just that... You can always tell when your breathing's deeper. When you've done nothing to create your breathing to be deeper, and it's slower, just naturally. That's a sign that you've relaxed and that your body's more comfortable. I like it when that happens naturally. When you just, in your own way. Because I think that our bodies and our minds' natural way of being is relaxed. It's calm, peaceful, and in a way during, with lifestyle choices or with things that we think about and do, and kind of add a little bit too much stuff that's not necessary, particularly all the time. Maybe don't need it right now. It's in the same way as if you've just been, you might love parachuting or paragliding, but you don't sit in your chair watching TV with your big backpack with the parachute on. Or if you like to go deep sea diving, you've not got your snorkels and your flippers on, while you're eating your dinner at home. I suppose if you was in the bath you could. Still might be a little bit strange. So I guess it's nice just to take that stuff off, isn't it? And just have a break from it. That was loud, blimey. So we're coming to the end of this recording, mainly because my pizza's about a minute away, and that's more important. So notice how you're feeling now. Notice how you physically feel. And if you feel improved, if you feel better, if you feel more relaxed than you did before, maybe stick a little comment on the video to let me know. Thanks for listening. Remember to be kind to yourself, because you do deserve to be happy. Lots of love. Bye.